Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Wood Shop. We're going to start another new project, which is going to be, hopefully, and I don't know how this is going to work out until we're completely done with it, but I'm going to do a pumpkin, and I'm going to have a little black cat inside the pumpkin, maybe with a tail hanging out on one side. So this is what we started with, and I'm going to give you some of the dimensions right away. Its overall length, it's just about 2.5 inches, and I believe it's an inch and 3/4 in diameter, okay, across. And this little part right here is about a quarter, just a little more than a quarter of an inch wide, and it's about a quarter of an inch to a quarter, well, half by a half inch at the top. It's not quite exact. Then I have this coming in just a tad from about 1 1/4, okay, up. I have it slanting inward just slightly, that the top is like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, okay. So those are the dimensions for it. So let's see what we come up with. Let me find a pencil here. Here we go. The first thing we're going to do, I made it larger. Normally the pumpkin starts here and the stem's over here, and it's nice and round. So the first thing we're going to figure out is where the tail is going to come out. So the tail is going to be out on this side. So let's just mark this. Alright. Like I said, I have no idea what it's going to look like, because it's just an idea in my head, and I kind of just run with it and see what happens. If this ends up on YouTube, you know it worked out okay, or if it ends up on a video, you know it worked out alright. So the next thing we're going to find out is where the top portion of the pumpkin is. So we're going to go up pretty well where that line is, about 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches up. Alright. And we're going to work off the corner here. We're going to mark this off like so, because this will be an ear here, okay. So we're going to mark this off, and we're going to mark this off. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be the ear. And I think we hear horses outside. Somebody's just pulling in. We have horses here at the farm. Okay, so we're going to bring this in. Let's start with that first, and then this will just come in a little ways. You know, we're just going to come in a little ways here, and we're going to chop some of this out, because this is going to be the top part of the, we're going to round this up a little bit here, like so. They're bringing horses back. Apparently they went out riding today, so. Alright. So if that's what you hear in the background, the other horses are having a fit, I guess, that they weren't allowed to go along. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, and we have a lot of Amish going back and forth right now too. So what the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take this solution here, and we're going to spray this down, soften it up a little bit. This is rubbing alcohol and water. 50-50, and it's a 70% strength. So we're just really going to soak this up quite a bit. Normally I do my taping at night, so this is why I don't like doing it during the day, but anyhow. So let's start bringing this in where the ears are, okay? Alright, and then over here as well. My hands are a little dirty because I was sharpening the tool, so that's what the darker marks are from. It's real important to figure out where the ears are, because the hat's going to go right in the center, or the top part of the pumpkin is going to sit right on top of that. So, alright. So, we're going to just bring this in. Then we're going to establish where the top part of the pumpkin is here. We're going to chop some of this off in the back. That's okay. We're not worried so much about the point over here. We're going to round this up. Alright. And again, we're going to bring this down a little bit further, just like so. And this down a little further. I'm going to mark the top part of the pumpkin. We'll worry about everything else here. Make sure you have your carving glove and all that good stuff on. Alright. Alright. Now we're going to bring this down a little bit. We're going to put a stop cut across. Just like so. And now we don't want to cut off too much in the front here, but we need to bring this down a little bit. Or this is the back portion here. Sorry about all the noise. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to notch out the front. We're going to undercut a little bit because this head's going to stick out over top of that brim right there. Okay folks, I'll be right back.